and dignity. The text says Publius was a leading citizen of the island. So you know I had to go look up what the leading citizen of the island really meant. And what it is referring to is that Publius was a magistrate. He was the technical term for the person who represents Rome, the authority on that island. So in other words, he was like the president of the island, y'all. But this is Publius, a leading citizen. Look at what he did. He received the prisoners. He entertained them. He was courteous to them. He fed them for 3 days. Publius did not come out and take a photo out with them and then go back into his chambers. Publius didn't get a contingency of his army to go threaten them and go do harm to them. You see, you cannot mistreat God's people, nor can you mistreat the man of God and think great blessings are coming your way. Galatians 6 and 10 says it like this: let us do good to all, especially to those who are the household of faith. And because Publius treated the man of God Paul and the prisoners right, look at the blessings that came to him and to his people that you see in verse 8 and 9. Publius' father was sick. He was believed to have something that's known as Malta fever, which comes from a microorganism found in the milk of the Maltese goats, a common but debilitating illness that once a person gets it, it lasts for 4 months. And we see also in these verses, Paul wanted to minister to the people even though he was a shipwrecked prisoner. Did you hear that? A shipwrecked prisoner, but he still wanted to minister. You know, some people have all the resources in the world. Spiritual, material, financial, technological. Yet they don't want to do anything that is not a direct benefit to themselves. They're not using their gifts to make disciples. They're not passing the gospel in their sphere of influence. They just want it easy. They just want to sit back in an easy chair. They're waiting until the church house reopens. But Paul has learned to bloom right where he's planted. Paul has learned whatever season I'm in, I'm going to be doing kingdom advancement work. Notice in this text what precipitated the healing process. Paul first prayed. If it is of God, it starts with prayer. And then the healing power came upon Paul because what he was going to do, he was doing it for the glory of God, and it was to magnify God and not Paul. And don't you dare forget this, that the same hand in verse 4 that had been bitten by a viper is the same hand God used to heal the people. Oftentimes in the very place that you've been wounded, the very place that you've been hurt, is the very place God can use to bring about a blessing. If you keep on trusting God, if you patiently wait on God to do what only He can do, blessings can flow. I know you've seen others get the promotion. I know you've seen others get the house. I know you've seen others get the healing. Others get married. Others experience greater numerical growth in their ministry. Other churches engage in some version of in-house worship. And you're praying and you're asking God for your breakthrough, for your deliverance, for your healing. I say to you, just keep on serving God. Keep on trusting God. Keep on praying and worshiping God. Your healing and deliverance, if it's God's will, is on the way. Finally, verse 10 says, they also honored us in many ways, and when we departed, they provided such things as were necessary. Whatever you need to achieve God's mission and purpose, continue God's mission for your